There is this guy who is crazy enough to think that he can make it in Finland as a film producer. I bet most of you who are foreigners in Finland already know how Finland deals with foreign talents. And I'm not talking about people. People in this country are awesome. They are super kind. They are super kind. So I'm not talking about them, but I'm talking about the systems. I'm talking about the business landscape. I'm talking about, how things work here. Most of foreign talents had to leave their expertise, at the border, I would say, at the border, yeah. And this is not only about Africans. I had to check with Filipinos. I had to check with the Indians, Pakistanis, people who are coming from Bangladesh, I don't know how to call them. Yeah, most of the guys that I had to talk to from different countries, they had been, super talented. They had businesses they were running back in their home countries. We had people who were business administrators. We had people who were human resource experts. We had people who were bankers. So different professionals back in their home countries. But when they moved to Finland, they had in some way to let go of all that. And still someone comes and says, I want to become a film producer in Finland. And I'm not talking about Helsinki. I'm not talking about Turku. I'm not talking about Tampere, because these are big cities and we already have some film produced from these cities by the local companies, which means that the support in these places may be available. Talking about equipment, people, fund, something like that. But this guy decides he wants to make a film in Kuopio. Yes, Kuopio. Guess what happened? He did it. He has done it, and he will be premiering the film on September 11th at a place called Kuopio in the city center of Kuopio.
In my 48 years of walking with God, there is one thing that I have realized over and over. God never fails.
Medically, you both are okay.
Then why am I not pregnant?
But are you sure we're not missing anything else? Because we've been on this process for quite a while.
You've been really preoccupied these days. I can tell this is more than the project.
I saw this girl. Somehow, I can't take her off my head.
Did I hear you right? You're worried about some girl.
Yes. No.
How did it all happen? I've been having the same dream over the past few years.
How is Andrew? What's he saying about all this?
Everyone who calls upon the name of the Lord shall be saved.
I just want to help you.
This story has taken me way back to another story that I heard about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And this story was given by a very popular motivational speaker, Mr. Leslie Brown. Leslie Brown gave one story. I don't recall every detail of that story, but I remember that story because it was very, very much important to me, and it has, made me do a lot of things that perhaps I could have not done if I didn't hear that story. So that in that story, Leslie Brown says that by then President Mr. John F. Kennedy, he sat in a meeting with engineers and maybe politicians, and he asked them, what shall it take for us to get a man on the moon? What shall it take? And many people started to think. Some people started thinking about physics, some other people started thinking about finances. Every person was thinking about different things. But then came the chief engineer or chief architect, something like that, and he came to give an answer. And the answer he gave was only a 5-word statement. And that 5-word statement was a will to do it, or the will to do it. That is all it takes. And as if that's not enough, I was also taken back to another statement which was given by Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs one time said the only people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who actually do it. Because sometimes you have to defy the logic. Sometimes you have to defy the facts. The facts may be speaking opposite to what you were hoping to say or to what you could achieve. But you have to find a way to defy it. And the only way you can defy the fact is when you are crazy enough to think you can do it. And this is what happened with this guy. This is Damilare Olalude. Mr. Damilare has been part of the film production crew and eventually a film producer back in Nigeria. And according to Mr. Damilare, one of his films has even won the Best Film Award in Nigeria. So, if all was going well for Mr. Damilare, what is he doing in Finland? This is the kind of question you will get from most foreign talents who are already in Finland. They'll be like, if your talent is already working well in some place, which is far from Finland, please stay there. Don't you dare come to Finland. Yeah, and I think we're gonna have to ask Mr. Damilare one day. Maybe we can get proper answer. But the little I know is like just the same to some of you who are foreigners in Finland. Mr. Damilare had to leave behind his work just so he can join his family that was already in Finland. But one thing about this man, which is different from many other foreign talents, this guy refused to leave behind his talent. He told himself, I've got to find a way to make my talent work here in Finland. So how did I get to know Mr. Damilare? And this part is very much important. It has a message that you have to hear, especially if you are a foreign talent in Finland. Yes, I knew Mr. Damilare through a guy called Juuso Happonen. Juuso Happonen is a multi-talented individual, a great guy. Yeah, so Mr. Juuso Happonen had met with Mr. Damilare. They had a talk. Mr. Damilare told Juuso about his dream of producing a film in Finland. And because I had already met Juuso and we talked, and Juuso somehow saw that we were, going along with Mr. Damilare, he made us meet. And we met at the University of Eastern Finland, and this is Snellmania lobby. Yeah, we met here and we had a discussion. We talked a lot of things. Yes, and one thing which I remember I mentioned to Mr. Damilare is that, in this place, in this country, actually it's in the world, people rarely give you any support before you present any evidence that you can actually do what you claim. I remember this get attached to Mr. Damilare's man, because when we met 2 or 3 times after here, he recited what I stated. Maybe he knew it before, but I do know that is one thing which rang in his mind, that he had to do something before he can ask support from other people. And this is what gave him the energy to push forward the project of film production, because I remember by then when we met, he didn't have people. He knew very, very few people. He didn't have any equipment. He didn't have any funding. So he was asking for funding. He was asking for equipment, cameras, lights and stuff. He was asking for people and he could not have any. But with time, he started getting one person after another, and he reached to the point where he could produce the film. I have not been involved in any way in the production of this film. I think if you were to count the 10 busiest men in Finland, maybe I could have picked number 3. I'm just kidding. But I was involved with many things. I was meeting almost everyone. You would find me in most of the programs. And besides that, I was also conducting the mentorship program regularly at the employment office. So my time was very tight. It was very tight, yeah. But the good thing is I was able to set my foot on his very first setup. Yo, what's up everybody? Shout out to my brother Damilare Olalude.
What's happening here, Dami?
Huh?
What's happening here?
Today we start making our film. Talk about this for a while now, so I'm just excited and I'm nervous as well because I just want this to be done.
Hello. I'm playing the role of Andrew here. I'm playing the role of Frankie, his best friend.
And that was a very wonderful time because I was able to meet him with his crew. Yeah, so here we had videographers, we had actors, we had other people, you know, microphone holders, light controllers. The crew was complete. And to me, this is one of the biggest achievements, not only to Mr. Damilare, but also to the African communities. You know, we are proud to have Mr. Damilare representing the Africans, you know, in doing something as big as this in the environment which most of the people think that could not allow such a thing to happen. But also Mr. Damilare is representing well the international community, international talents in Finland. Having been able to achieve something as big as this sends the message that we can actually do things that maybe other people would not imagine. So if you are among the foreign talents in Finland, you are here in Kuopio, make sure you show up on September 11th just to show the support to this guy, but also to appreciate the work that this guy has done. Yeah, so on September 11th from 5 p.m. at a place called Kino Uvakukko. This will be at the center of Kuopio. He will be doing the so-called movie premiere. Now, I'm not a film producer, so I don't really know much what it means to be a movie premiere. But all I know is that we're going to be watching the whole film for the first time, and also we will get time to talk to the actors, we'll get time to talk to him, we'll get time to talk to, you know, maybe to the whole crew, to know like what have they been through, you know. They can tell us some secrets if they have found some, you know what I'm saying? So, will you be coming? Please show me in the comment section below. Otherwise, see you there.